The time is 8:19. The date today is the 27th of July 2020. The day is Monday. In Hebrew Iconology T993, if the soul is born to a male, Kojo, a female, Ajua, soul's characteristics, Bajo, calm and peaceful child, calm and peaceful seed, greatness. Without the understanding of greatness, one can never be great. And without the acceptance of the understanding of greatness, one would never be afforded greatness. So, what is greatness? Everyone wants to be great. Everyone wants to be great. Some people want to be greater than great. Some people want to be the greatest. Some people want to be the highest. But whatever you want to be, being the greatest of that is the highest you can get of what you want to be. The greatest. But what is the greatest? You see, if you do not have this understanding of being great, you can never be great. You see, being great is not about what you do. It's not about what you achieve. It's not about you. Being great, you can call yourself great and it doesn't make you great. Do you see my point? So, being great has nothing to do with what you've achieved. Being great has everything to do with what others perceive of you and what you have achieved, and the acceptance of you and what you have achieved by others. And let me explain what I mean by that. I'll give you a good example. Nikola Tesla. 90% of you have never heard his name. And when you hear the name Tesla, you think of Elon Musk. But before Elon Musk, there was an actual guy called Nikola Tesla. And you see this guy, he didn't invent anything new. He didn't. He simply understood the writings of the ancients and brought to life what the ancients were telling us. And what was that? Free electricity, free energy. He went to Egypt. He looked at the pyramids. Unlike the archaeologist with the archaeological eye, he looked at it with an engineering head. He looked at the shafts. He looked at the chambers. He looked at what was in there. He looked at what was connected. And he realized that, hold on, this is the same way the human produces energy, down the same channels, and releases energy. So he looked for the common factors. He looked for water. It was present underneath the pyramids. Air. It was all around the pyramid, and the pyramid had chambers that accessed air. Earth. It was built on earth. And the sun. It was built in correlation exactly with the sun. And Nikola Tesla realized that the ancients were not building some spiritual monuments, but they were revealing how they were receiving this information spiritually and then bringing it to life. They were being given the blueprints to free energy, and they were replicating what they were taking from the spiritual world and bringing it into the physical world to give free energy. Nikola Tesla, being an engineer and not an archaeologist, not a story maker, being a factual person, wrote his thesis, wrote his paperwork, wrote his report. Some rich people who knew how to get money from the government system funded him. But most of these people were already in the energy business, and they wanted to make sure that if anything like that could be possible, that they would see it first. One, why? Because then they can withhold it to save them profits. So they funded him, thinking it was a joke. In no time, Nikola Tesla sat there and proved that the Egyptians were building the first nuclear energy power banks. The first. He proved it. But he proved that they were using all four energies: the energy of water, wave energy; the energy of air, wind energy; the energy of earth, and the energy of the sun. And they were combining these four energies to create nuclear energy. Energy that doesn't hurt the world, that doesn't tap into fossil fuel. Free energy. He demonstrated it. He proved it. Immediately, he was drawn away from the limelight and into obscurity. There were two reasons why. Nikola Tesla was about to prove that no Western nation can hold a patent on nuclear energy, on wind energy, on wave energy, on any of the energy systems, natural energy systems that have been developed. Because he was about to prove not only had the ancients developed them individually, but they had even combined them. So the technology did not belong to anyone. It was already there. The ancients did not claim it to be theirs. They said it was spiritually given to them. 1. 2. He was about to prove that not only the civilization starts from Africa, but everything started in Africa. 2. 3. Nikola Tesla was about to prove many historical stories wrong. Nikola Tesla was about to, that's number 3. Number 4, Nikola Tesla was about to pull all archaeological stories into doubt. How? If Nikola Tesla's result, which he doesn't say he invented, he says this is what the pyramids are about. Meaning he's saying, I've only taken what the pyramid makers were doing and explained it to you. If he gets that accepted, I mean, all the spiritual hoorah that has been made about the pyramid system becomes false. Because then it means Nikola Tesla has thrown in the argument that today, the way we write scientific or everything reports, that the writings on the wall are actually the findings, the results, the methods, and they're not spiritual hoo-ha as we've been made to believe. Nikola Tesla was about to prove that. That would have made Nikola Tesla to, let's say, to the fallen African nation who believe they've never done anything, who believe that before the white man came, they were animals. That would prove to them that they need to wake up, that something has been taken away from them. You can't just lose intellectuality. Do you see what I mean? They took that away from Nikola Tesla. He would have been a great man. A man that put new light on an ancient story of facts. But get this, because someone's greatness would have been reduced, the person bought the rights and the control to the experiment and everything, and then was able to suppress Nikola Tesla's discoveries. Would have made him one of the greatest. Free energy, can you imagine where we'd be today? If since Nikola Tesla's discovery, we hadn't been paying energy from that day, can you imagine where we'd be today? Do you see what I mean? But it didn't suit someone's purpose. And plus, the blueprint was that that person was meant to amount wealth before we got there. And even if we're going to get there, someone has to plan to control it so they can still benefit from it. So you see, energy is life. Get this all. Energy is life. What do I mean by that? Me talking to you is energy. Me walking, pacing up and down my bathroom is energy. Me living to talk to you, that's because I'm just like a light bulb. I've been lit. I've got energy in me. Now, me as the human, I'm the same representation as the ecosystem I live within. Why? The ecosystem I live within is earth, water, air, and sun. That's it. And you see me, I'm a combination of 20% earth, water, air, and sun. Exactly that. I live within myself. But all these four things I've mentioned, the four pillars of life I've mentioned, they are all individually energies on their own. It means life drives on energy, but not just one. Four, but not just four. It's a combination of those four into one. So get this, life takes the energy of water, as the energy of air, as the energies of earth, as the energy of sun. Four become one. And that's who I am. Life is all about energy. So you see, Nikola Tesla, he tackled the question of life. And it proves that the Egyptians were also tackling the questions of life, but they were also receiving the answers of life. And because Nikola Tesla tackled the same questions the Egyptians were tackling, he also received the same visions they received and produced in its modern formula exactly the results they were to produce. The Egyptians are great, but we don't really know why. Think about it. Why are the Egyptians great? Because they carved things on the wall. But can we use any of the things on the wall to do anything? Yes. Provide free energy. that will make the Egyptians greater than great. But we forgot that method, and Nikola Tesla brought it back. That will make Nikola Tesla great. But why is he not great? And why are they not greater than great? Because it suits someone's purpose to suppress this information, to control the narrative. It suits someone's purpose to suppress this information and control the narrative. And because you don't know the ins and outs of what they did, you don't have free energy. You're paying for free energy. Nikola Tesla is not great. The Egyptians are not greater than great. And Africa is not the beginning of civilization. And what they say is spiritual hoo-ha. Is spiritual hoo-ha. You can never be great unless people know about you, unless people accept you. You can never be great unless people want to listen to you. It's not the things you do that make you great. It's simply people paying attention to you because you see great things. We can all do great things. We can all do great things. Let me show you good examples of this. The best footballer or the best paid footballer in the world is not the best footballer in the world. Most likely the best footballer in the world is not even playing football. The best basketball paid person in the world, or the best basketball player in the world, is most likely not the best basketball player in the world. That there is a guy out there or a girl out there who is the best basketball player in the world because of one thing: vision. But right now they're using that vision somewhere else on the phone. You see what I mean? But get this about greatness. You could be at the basketball court every morning doing your training, and then one day a few boys come and surround you and say, "Oh, want a game?" You say, "Yeah," and then you impress them. They go, "Ray, did you see my man pulling them moves? Ray, who is he?" "No, we don't know. He just new kid just moved into the area, innit?" Alright, cool. Next day, word starts traveling, and then someone hears of it, and then a coach comes to see and then goes, "Nah, this kid is better than Kobe Bryant." Why is this kid? Why is he 20 something? And why is he not in some professional league already? What's going on here? Son, how old are you? "Oh, I'm 22. How come you're not playing in a professional league? Or how come you didn't go?" "Oh, son, what's going on in your life?" "Oh, my son died. My dad died when I was very little. My mom has been struggling to take care of me. And when I was 15, I found a job. So get this, because my mom is ill and I've been taking care of my mom, I've had to, let go of a few things because some of the offers I was given, I wasn't given any money to take care of my mom and this and that and that. And my mom is everything to me. So I've had to sacrifice." And the coach goes, nah. I understand what you're saying, but at your rate, at your pace, you should go straight to the league and get the money you need to take care of your mom. But it took someone knowing him for his greatness to come. And then it will take more. It will take the rest accepting him. But it doesn't mean he wasn't great at basketball, she wasn't great at basketball from the beginning. Because you see what I mean? I realize people are scared of greatness. Everyone's searching for the truth, but no one really wants the truth. Because get this, let me tell you something, yeah. You see on Facebook, and not just Facebook, anywhere, social media, it's so biased. You see the war. The war is not BLM, it's not Black Lives Matter or WLM, White Lives Matter. Yeah, the war is not there. The war is on the internet. Let me show you how. You go on Facebook and you see all sort of shit, and you see, yeah, that it's been allowed to happen. Us against them, us against them, us against them. And a new form of policing is developing, internet policing. They're developing a whole new industry, but they have to let it happen. They have to let it happen for you to feel the need to want it to happen. Let me show you something. 10 years ago, when I was young and I started hearing about pedophiles and priests, Anglican priests and Catholic priests being pedophiles. And we started hearing that they were filming their pedophilia acts, and these videos were circulating. We were on the internet, but you would never see one on the internet. But all of a sudden, they're everywhere on the internet. That you could be scrolling through Facebook and you would just see an adult on a kid. Someone's uploaded them. But for what purpose? This is how they normalize things. This is how they normalize things. This is how they normalize things. Eventually it will become so common that the sentences will become light. Then it will be normalized. Yesterday, because I read numbers. When I say I read numbers, I take note of numbers. I took note of 3 numbers: 555, 555, and then this morning, my alarm went off. I don't remember setting it, but it went off. And for a while I was lazy, I didn't turn it off. Eventually when I grabbed the energy to turn it off, when I looked, it was 555. I said, wow. No longer after that, I received a message on Facebook about 556 from a guy just saying good morning, a friend of mine on Facebook, but not a close friend, just someone I met on Facebook. And I replied back, and then we had a little conversation. And I asked him a question. I said, what would you do if you knew the truth and you could explain the truth step by step, as slow and as informative step by step as possible for people to understand, and then stand up and take action to save lives? But yet no one is listening. If you found yourself in these shoes, what would you do? I'll read what he sent back to me. Watch. Yeah, I'll read what he sent back to me, just so you understand. In fact, I'll read the conversation. Yeah, I'll read the conversation. His name is Raymond Appiah Amponsa. And yeah, so conversation. I wrote. Okay, he says, what puzzles you? Is it the lifting of the restrictions? We started talking about the restrictions in Ghana. The Ghanaian government has lifted the restrictions on COVID-19. We can do what we want now. And I said, but the problem is the report from the government also says that the spike of the disease and the death rate is going up. So what's going on? And then he goes, I agree with you, but as for I doubt some, you know what I mean? But get this. And then I said something. He said something. And then I went, You know what, bro? Let me ask you a question. What would you do if you knew exactly what's going on and could explain each step if given a chance to put everything in order to be understood? What would you do to get that opportunity? Who would you go to, trust to help you? How would you start this process in your shoes if you found yourself in such a situation? Reply. I really am in despair thinking about all these. But the ordinary person knowing the reality on the ground would have taken away the grave fear in their hearts. Many today go through the day holding their lives in their palm as though it is a cracked fresh egg. By and all, I really wouldn't know how to begin. Everything, entry point to take an action is like hopelessly locked. Everyone wants to make a difference, but the problem is we are all lost because we expect the media to be truthful, but the media ain't. We expect the media to tell us what is real, but the media won't. And when we do find the truth for ourselves, the media would not support it, and the media would not confirm it. So I sent him this. Why? Why is this? Why is that? Why? And a link to The Unexplainable Explained. 69 Ami. And he said, is that your video? I said, yeah. He says, that's good. I need to find time to watch it and understand it well. I said, take your time. You see, greatness, it's not about what you've discovered. It's not about even the truth or the lie. This is what greatness is. You have to find something that pleases the current establishment. Now, whether it's the truth that pleases the current establishment or whether it's the lie, you have to find that which gives you a leverage and pleases them. Because when you find that which gives you a leverage and pleases them, you have also given them a leverage over their foes, over their enemies. And once you find this point of harmony, you can become great. The media will listen to you because your narrative suits their plan. You're not changing the course of things. They will listen to you. Everyone else will listen to you too. They will follow your acts. Everyone else will follow your acts. Why? Because you have joined the crowd. Simple as that. Everyone else is pumping the same information that's confusing everyone. You have joined the team and you're pumping it in a different way, but it suits the narrative. So you can be a great rapper. You can be Jay-Z. Kill, kill, nigga, kill, kill. Boom, I shot that nigga getting drugged. Yeah. Wait. You're feeding the narrative. You're nice. You can be Birdman. Money, cheddar, Gucci. You're feeding the narrative. You're feeding the machine. You can be great. Because when you get your money, you don't go and build black schools and black communities. You go and buy Gucci, Fendi, Ferrari, Lamborghini and things. You're feeding the narrative. You can be great. When you get money, you don't do anything positive. You go and tattoo your whole body and make yourself medically unacceptable to help. And grow your teeth with ice and carry guns around and show your money off. And then you use your money to just spend and spend on grills and things that you do not provide for your people and your people do not provide for themselves. And you build other people's communities and everything. You're feeding the narrative. You can be great. You can be great. Being great is not about what you've done. If being great was about what you've done, then let me tell you something. If being great was about what you have done, then let me tell you something. Someone, get this, sometime this year, throughout this COVID-19 situation and this suffering, when everything comes down, we'll find time to go and line up on the streets and see a parade. For example, in England, of the Queen Mother parading by and just waving once to everyone to say, we came out of this. But get this, were you in this together? Were you in this together? Were you? Were you? She is your Queen Mother. She's meant to be in this with you each time. Whilst budgets were being slashed, cuts made everywhere, you suffering, dying. The Queen Mother was 88 billion pounds richer, carried on taking your tax money, carried on enjoying a lavish life, carried on flying all about the place free. What does she do for you to take your time and go and stand on the streets and praise her? Or any of them for that matter, or any of the famous people for that matter. The most famous people in my life, mom, dad, sis, and my son, they're the most famous people in my life. Because get this, when it goes up, stuck to me. When it comes down, stuck to me. When it's shit, stuck to me. When it's good, stuck to me. You see the Queen? When it goes up, she goes higher. When it gets dangerous, she goes higher than high to be safer. She leaves me behind. There used to be a time when kingdoms fought to replenish their nations. Today, imagine. Someone once made a comment and said, for example, you see the word great. You cannot take it for yourself. Like, for example, no one ever called Britain great. Britain. The British called themselves Great Britain.